Hi, everyone. Nice to be here. Nice to meet you all. So my name is Vitomir Jevremović. People call me Vito. It's shorter, easier to remember. I don't know, do we have a mic that I can walk around with so I don't have to be like this? Huh?
Well, let's see.
Yeah, it would serve me well. So I was called to give you a lecture about virtual reality and about how do we present street art in virtual reality. We've done exhibitions with Street Art Belgrade using our platform, but the interesting thing is that I want to talk today and to use your precious time today to talk about actual current technological progress around the world. It's much better. I like to walk and talk. So my role will not be to present you virtual reality. Like virtual reality is here. Probably all of you seen one or two installations of virtual reality, or maybe more. The headset is there, right? It has the exhibition on it. I also brought one headset, so you can look at you know how the exhibitions look like in VR. And there are some movies also there that you can see. But what I would like to focus today is mostly like this transformation from you know, standard web into virtual and then into AI-driven future. And I don't know how many of you, I mean, I presume everybody's using AI today. Like, who is not using AI today? Okay, so everybody's using AI. So are you using ChatGPT or are you using also image generation tools? Who is not using image generation tools? So you're not using image generation tools. Okay, so you don't know how that works. Who is here then, it's a better question. Who is using video generation tools? Anybody? Nobody is using video generation tools using AI. So there is a bunch of new AI models that are that enable you to create videos using artificial intelligence. And these are getting better and better. And maybe we can even play some videos. Yeah, I can, no, not yet. But we can play some videos to show you how this transformation happened in like 2 years. In only 2 years, we got, you know, from some very ugly looking video generated through AI into almost indistinguishable from reality videos that are using AI to be generated. But the question is not how the video generation will transform the world, and it will. It's also a question of, will it transform virtual worlds? And the answer is yes, it will. And you can see some of the crazy things that Google did with Genie 3. I don't know if you heard about Genie 3, but they basically tell you like, okay, here is an image, and you can now explore the world only by AI-generated content, videos, but like in a game, but like a real world, from one image. So it's super crazy. Okay. Okay, they helped me out and created a deck. I don't need a deck. I just want to tell you things. But maybe you can, do you have the internet? Yes? Can you do this for me? Thank you. just go to the internet and search for Google Genie 3 and just play a video of it. So anyway, why is this super important is because the worlds are now, the worlds, not videos, worlds are now generated by artificial intelligence. And when I think about what we have created with VRHeritage, where we have like a platform for creation of exhibitions, you can drag, drop images on the walls, they appear in virtual reality. It's super interesting, super amazing experience when you go in VR and actually visit these exhibitions. But then I stop and say, well, maybe we did a work that was not like useful anymore. Because in about a year, we will be able to, you know, just drop an image and go into these worlds and then meet things in these worlds that are generated from images. Now, if you think about it, like we developed the whole platform for, you know, creation of these exhibitions and everything. But can you imagine today, even it's possible to just say, here is an image of a gallery, and here are some images of artworks, create me an exhibition. It will be curated by AI. It will be created by AI. Whether it's a 3D model or a complete virtual world, probably, let's say we are counting maybe not weeks or months, but years definitely. Like maybe in 1 or 2 years, we'll be there. So it's not a question of will it happen, it will happen. So all of these, videos that are going through the exhibitions, everything will be there just by saying like, hey, I want to create an exhibition. Or you will even be able to tell them, maybe even we can build this. Tell them like, here is a link to a bunch of files on my drive, create me an exhibition, virtual exhibition out of it. So the question becomes like, is AI a good enough, curator? Is AI gonna change the way that we are creating content? Is the AI gonna change the way that we consume content? Like all of these questions are just there at our doors. And I think that conference organizers should have discussions about, it's not whether are we going to use it, but like how are we going to use it and how is this going to change the way that we work or we create things, but also how consumers are going to consumers. the people that are going to enjoy the work, how they're going to enjoy it. Because it's very, very different. Are we maybe ready with the video? Google Genie 3. Genije 3. Google Genije 3. Bilo koji video, bukvalno prvi, drugi, nebitno, šta god iskoči, pusti. So interesting thing about Google Genie 3 is that it remembers interactions with the virtual world. So they gave a demo where they can literally spray paint things on the walls, and these remain in these generated spaces. So, are we good? Yes. Yes. Anyway, don't worry. So, when I was giving lectures in the last, I don't know, maybe a year or 2 years, I was projecting that by the end of 2025, which is this year, we will cut the internet with an X. Like this will be the future of mankind. So it will be, crazy things will happen and we will need to cut the internet because it's super dangerous, the internet itself. So probably this is not going to happen by the end of 2025, but maybe 2026, 2027. If you are not familiar with, do you know who Eric Schmidt is? Nobody. So this is the ex-CEO of Google. And so he's not in Google anymore, but he's now a big investor in AI. He's also investing in drones in Ukraine. It's crazy things. But he's on the very forefront of AI developments. And he's explaining to us, videos with him, interviews with him, panels with him are amazing. Like, you need to watch them. So Eric Schmidt. And he's telling us that, just as an example, we will not have UIs in the near future. And I can tell you this because we are building a system like that. So there will be no user interfaces of the future that are kind of created, like, hey, this is a cool software program, or this is a cool website. Because they will be all generated on the fly by AIs. You will tell AI, I want to do this, and then he will generate you 2 buttons, and then you will be able to click 1 or 2 buttons and do this. Or you will just tell him. So these are the scenarios that are waiting for us in the future. So maybe just play, do we have any videos? I think some of these should be videos, or not. Yeah, there is play there. So this is interactive. And someone who is behind the screen can navigate through these virtual worlds like we are doing in a virtual reality. This is why this is super important for me to show you as someone who's done virtual reality platforms. This is just, it's beyond me. I'm thinking this is magic alien technology, something like that. I don't know. So now you can imagine how walking through a virtual gallery would look like. Anyway, while the video plays, I want to talk about this future that I said, like, we're going to cut the internet, because the future that we are looking in the eyes right now, and the platform that we are building now, which is called 3AS, which stands for Agent as a Service. I don't know if you're familiar with SaaS models, like SaaS companies, software as a service. Most of the internet things that you use today are SaaS companies, like software as a service. You pay Google, $5 per month to do something. You pay ChatGPT $20 per month to do something. So these are all software as a service models businesses. So the whole internet is built as a software as a service. But we are saying, like, that the future of the internet is agent as a service, where we will have AI agents talking and running through the internet, and you will be talking to agents. And agents will be talking to other agents. And agents will be generating these things. Agents will be curators. Agents will be visitors of these curated shows. It will be like literally a crazy future. And this crazy future is not here, like, I don't know, in 10 years. It's next year. And this is what also Eric Schmidt is talking about when he's talking about a completely, like, it's a paradigm shift. It's not, it's a different world that we'll be living in about a year. And I think all of us and all of you should think about, how do we not survive, but how do we adopt to this new world? And when I say, I'm jumping from kind of topic to topic, but it all comes down at the end into one point, is that as the time goes by, as the more internet becomes agentic, we will be talking to our services by phone or by chat. But we will be using natural language to describe what we need, and we will get in the natural language the response that we need. And things will be generated for us, whether it's image, whether it's art, whether it's virtual worlds, whether it's, like, whatever we want. It will be on the fly generated. We will be able to explore the world just by drag dropping an image into these models. And as I said, like, this is not the future, it's today. It's something that's happening today. It's just a matter of how fast we will adopt and what will happen. I don't know what will happen. I don't know whether the people will just say, we don't want to use this, or, like, it will be embraced and taken. Now, on the topic of that, I want to emphasize one kind of an idea that I met throughout last two years researching these topics on the internet, and it's called, the guy called it Great Disconnect, an event that he calls a great disconnect. That's a moment when we say enough of all of this, and we are just going into the real world. We are just leaving all the digital world behind, and we are just disconnecting from the real world, from the digital world. And now we are slowly getting into this position where I talked about agentic internet a little bit. We were talking about these generated worlds, generated images by AI. You cannot, I mean, today's models, like also Google's Nano Banana, I don't know if you heard about it, GPT image, but there are other models also that are generating Midjourney, of course you heard about it probably, that are generating photographs or images. It's almost like perfect, like 99.5%, it's perfect. Next year it will be perfect. Like you will not have any means to determine whether something is AI generated or not. So image generation, video generation, virtual world generation, agentic discussions between agents that are doing the work for you, that are doing the work for you, and all of that together is going to do what? It's going to produce a whole bunch of digital garbage. So we're going to have every social network, every, every digital platform will be populated by AI-generated content, meaning from news to, social media images, to professional, like companies' posts, blog posts, things, like everything, like 99.9% things online will be AI-generated in, I don't know, a year, 2 years, max. And then with all these digital things, my vision and the view of the future, it's not vision, it's a view of the future, like how do I project into the future, is that the digital space will be left for AI agents. So it will be the space where AI goes in, does something, and report back to us. Because it will be just too crowded with, shit, that you will not be even able to distinguish whether something is real or not real. It will be done by your agent. So the news that you get, there will be an agent that is checking the news, whether the news is right. It will go to 10 different sources. It will try to verify. It will talk to other agents. There are agents of, I don't know, news portals or websites of big companies that will say whether the news that you read is real or not. So, generation of text, generation of image, generation of video, generation of virtual worlds, AI agentic future, agents talking to agents, everything is happening. Today, it will be much more, it will be more of it tomorrow and next year. So what is left? We are left with ourselves, and the digital world will be left to AI, most probably. So when we go back into the real world, I think there the fun starts again. And there will be street art, and there will be people going to see that, and there will be exhibitions, and there will be real pieces, there will be real art. And I don't think that we can just forget that all of that exists. I think human nature will make us different in the AI world, but it will also connect us more. And definitely it will be an event called Great Disconnect. I mean, I'm definitely sure about it. And maybe we should all start preparing for that event. And not, I mean, of course, do not forget to use AI because we really need it, and it's super cool, and we will have our agents, and it's a smart thing to do. But I think this live thing will become even more popular in the future as we drop our phones, because we cannot use it. Like on the phone, you will have one app, which is talk to your agent. That's it. And then the agent will talk to other services, other things, and forget about it. Maybe we'll have, a earbud that will be your agent, and that's it, like your assistant. And he will do everything for you, and you will not go online. You will not be the one that is looking at the feed. So you will just look at the things that the agent presents you. So this is the talk that I wanted to give you. This is the story that I wanted to tell you. And I'm here and open for questions. So thank you very much.
We're not done yet, because I need to remind you to tell us a little bit of a story, to go back in time and tell us a story about how we started working together and like what we got out of working with us.
Okay, thank you. Sorry for missing that piece. So we started years ago. I don't even remember. It was like maybe 5, 6 years ago, something like that. Yeah, a lot. I mean, a long time ago. So 2020, yes. That's 5 years ago. So the idea was that when we built VRHeritage as a virtual reality platform where everybody can create their own exhibitions, we met with the Street Art Belgrade team, and we were thinking about how are we going to present street art in virtual reality. And we proposed them, let's create exhibitions of street art in virtual reality, because we can have virtual walls and we can have virtual graffitis on the virtual walls, and that would be super cool. And then we also did an interesting thing. We used photogrammetry to 3D scan, basically, real world street art. So not from the photo to put it on the wall as a photograph on the wall, but actually to go into the real life space and take what we call photogrammetrical photographs, so a lot of photographs, and create 3D models out of these photographs. So why I was mentioning virtual worlds and showing you virtual worlds and things that can be done is because today, you will be able to create 3D models out of one single photograph. AI will be able to do this, or maybe from I don't know, 2 or 3 photographs, instead of taking 200 photographs and putting a software to work for a day to create a 3D model. And the idea here was that we show in virtual exhibitions not only photographs, but like, hey, you are in front of the wall with graffitis that exist somewhere in real life. At the time, in 2020, there was a big, I mean, and we did this in 2021, there was a big hype around NFTs and blockchain technology and, you know, like selling digital art through NFT kind of technology, which is tokenization, which is a special topic I could talk for hours about, but we don't have that today. But anyway, the idea was that in theory, you know, a street artist could basically tokenize his work that sits on a wall and then, you know, sell that as a piece. But then there was also a question like, are you going to sell the piece that is a photograph of a street art? So who did the photograph? And we had these discussions on when we were creating exhibitions, like, is the photograph an art piece, or is it like the art piece of that is on the photograph? The art piece, like, what are you selling? Like, are you going to sell the photograph, or you're selling the art piece that actually maybe will be torn down? And we were talking about a lot about protection, like cultural heritage protection by digitizing and scanning the works that then become, you know, like a protected forever by digitizing it or virtualizing them. So this is how we started. We ended up, I think, creating a couple of exhibitions together too, yeah. But it kind of, I don't know, the virtual reality movement kind of, you know, dropped. Like we were all super hyped about VR headsets and things, but it kind of dried off. I don't know why. I mean, maybe it's the fact that we need to put something on our heads, and it's not a common thing to do. And even Apple released their Vision Pro headset with a super high resolution. We have one, and this is the most expensive equipment that I have. No, actually it's not. It's one 3D scanner that's in Switzerland. We never used it. But one of the most expensive equipments that is sitting on my desk, and you know, like since I bought it, I placed it on my head like maybe 3 or 4 times, and that's it. And I never picked it up again. And why am I saying this is because the idea of a startup that will create virtual exhibitions, that people will go into VR to experience art and museums and to buy art and to trade art, just didn't happen. It was, unfortunately, it didn't happen. I'm not saying that it might not happen. Maybe when, you know, the 3D glasses are like this, and in every glasses we have virtual worlds, maybe it will be kind of rejuvenated, how do you say this, reborn. But at this moment, I think we have a VR crisis in our camp. So we decided to, I mean, in our company, we decided to put all our tanks or our armies on AI and to develop these agentic services, because we truly believe that in the future, you know, people will go into live exhibitions and visit live sites more than they will go into digital space. It will be, digital will become something that you don't like. There is like too much of it. It's like, don't go there. It's like, blah, you know. When you go to Instagram and everything is like, you know, an ad of some form, and you're like, I'm not going to Instagram anymore. And then you go to Facebook and it's like old people. Yeah, I'm not going there anymore. and then you go, you know, like to X, and then all the bots are actually posting the replies, and you're like, no, I'm not going there. So I'm not going anywhere. I'm just calling my friends and meeting them for dinner. So was this okay? Yeah, but do we have any? Thank you.